Hello students. So here in KGS, you know that we are bringing the magazine based on the current affairs, current topics, its historical significance, as well as relevance in the modern days. The entire discussion in the magazine is very beneficial for those aspiring to write a very good answer in the mains, and those who had a capability to pick the facts from the essay and the literature. It is a very good time to those aspirants for civil services examination. So here in the history and culture section, we have brought one very big incidents in the Indian political system and the challenges before the Indian democracy. It was the emergency. And of course, the total revolution call of Jayaprakash Narayan, Lok Nayak. 25th June 1975, the day when emergency was imposed. Its background was very deepening, challenging to the Indian democratic system. So Jayaprakash Narayan, how he visualized himself in looking at the transformation of this entire system from the pre-independent period to the independent India, and obviously evolution of the Indian democratic system. So imagination of the pre-India and challenges that India was putting at that time, J.P. Narayan had a very significant and very excellent contribution. I am giving you one incident that during the period of 1973-74, when the Indira Gandhi government was facing very tough challenge because none of the electoral promises were fulfilled at that time, discontentment of the peoples was very high, low monsoon leading to the crop failure. No monsoon means there is no waters in the rivers, so hydroelectric had also collapsed, industrial closure, unemployment, and there was a rampant corruption charges at many places. Even the Prime Minister was facing the corruption charges at that time. So that created the very harsh atmosphere in the Indian political system. There was a huge gap between the government and the people. And of course, the lit of the fire came from Bihar, when the student movement, a left-wing student-supported movement against the government regarding unemployment, price rise, and corruption. So JP accepted the leadership of this movement only on two conditions. The entire movement will be non-violent movement, and movement would not be confined only to Bihar, but it will be there in the entire India. So thereafter JP became the face of this total revolution. There was a many fundamental ideologies and assumptions were made that imagine a very true and democratic India. So in this magazine you will find each and every content related to his philosophy, related to the circumstances that he become a mass leader in India, and of course there are some criticism to the total revolution. So this magazine is actually a very, very important for those who are trying to understand the very concise information about this revolution. This is all about the JP revolution, and this is a very important part of the paper 1, and expected lines, because it had now become the 50th anniversary of the Jayaprakash Narayan's call for total revolution in India. Okay. Thereafter, we have certain segments that who were associated with Jayaprakash Narayan and how his background evolved from a guerrilla leader in the Quit India movement to the public social service after independence. That is something very fascinating to read in this entire section. His philosophy the political revolution as well as social and economic revolution. What should be the imagination of India? I think after Gandhi, he was the first person who imagined the dream about the future context of the Indian politics and the socio-economic democracy in India. Second important fact is related to the Kolhapuri Chappal. Kolhapuri Chappal, in your art and culture section, there is a one important section is Indian handicraft, whether it is a leather craft, whether it is a thread art, or whether it is a metal craft. But here in the leather craft, normally we called it is a manoti art, where the good variety of the leather works was made on the some shoes or the slippers. So here recently an Italian luxury brand Prada had presented the same style of making the leather craft, that's called very similar to the Kolhapuri Chappal, and it was marked as the toe ring sandals. So here this finally came to the legal battle with this company. So this Kolhapuri Chappal is already in the GI tag. What are the definition of GI tag? What are the categories in which GI tags are given? Like textile, handicraft, agriculture, manufactured, food, right? The first GI tag was given to the Darjeeling tea in 2004-2005. So these type of informations, I told you that it's not only exclusive to the mains, but as well as your prelims ideas will also get strengthened. So you must read this chapter. This is in the series of the magazines that we publish. Okay, and then we have the indentured labor and cultural forwardness. In entire India, during the British time, indentured laborers went in different parts of the globe, and they went to Oceania, Fiji, particularly West Indies, South Africa, everywhere. We have presence in the form of our labor input, our cultural characteristics as well. So here we can see that the Ramlila in Trinidad, that is something very fascinating to watch about the presence of Indian culture in West Indies. Right, the recently Prime Minister had visited this place and very much acquainted with the development of Indian languages. The Bhojpuri began to be replaced by English, right, and that is how the Ramcharitmanas gradually was losing the relevance in the younger generation. Less familiar, but now it was again revived, right. Then we have the another context called Jagannath Yatra. Mentioning of this Jagannath Yatra you can find in the Skand Puran itself. So how old this fashion is, but it was again revived during the time of the Chaitanya, a great Vaishnava leader. So lots of informations are there. Right, what are the types of chariot is made during the Jagannath Yatra? This type of information is very important. Who are the dynasties associated with this Jagannath Yatra? So these important topics we have brought for the cultural informations and some political and social informations. One more important thing that we discussed here is the Santhal Revolt. Santhal Revolt is a very important and organized revolt before the revolt of 1857. Santhal Revolt. 55-56. It paved the way that how organized revolt can be very impactful on the British exploitative mechanism. It paved the way for the rise of a revolt of 1857. Like Sidhu and Kanhu, they represented this Santhal movement. An entire Santhal Pargana from Bihar to Jharkhand, Orissa, West Bengal, Santhals are living in these states in a very large number. And obviously, they got accumulated to the caste system of India. But here Santhal revolt contributed a very significant part in the Indian national movement. They wanted to establish a Damne Koh, that is what is called return of Satyug. Satyug is considered as among the 4 yugas. Satyug is considered as the one of the most and glamorous phase of the human civilization ever since it had evolved. So that return of the Satyug was basically their main demand. So this is also a very important phase to understand the Indian political history, right? And then what is their language, whether they had developed a script or not, how their village organization had developed. So this event is very important in shaping your preparation. So my dear students, avail the facility, do your best and exemplify yourself to prove it. We will be there in your journey. Thank you so much.